Hey SchneiderKnighters!
I'm Gnome-Pyre.
And I'm Nudge, and we're going to be reviewing chapters 27 and 28.
The final chapters of Knightly Academy Book 1.
Knightly! So, chapter 27 is called The Hearing, and it's about the boys finally hearing their alarm clock so they can get up on time and not be killed by Lord Havelock.
You tell salty lies, my friend. Quite confusing the poor people.
Okay, so that's not what it's really about. What happens is, Henry and Adam have to go to a hearing to find out whether they're going to be expelled or not. After his confession in the previous chapter,
Sabotage! Neater. It was me all along.
Sir Frederick mysteriously doesn't show up to the hearing, but they go on without him. Things are looking pretty bad for the boys because they've been punished before, they don't have perfect grades, and they don't have any teachers to stand up for them. Then Adam brings up the sabotage. Good for you, Adam.
Sabotage!
And then he comes around to the Nordlands and the Longsword Treaty.
Dun dun dun.
But nobody believes him when he says the Nordlands have broken the treaty and are training for combat. So, the strawberry-nosed man decides to go to the Nordlands and find out for himself. So, whether or not what the boys said was true is going to determine whether or not they are expelled. After that, they have to go say goodbye to Frankie, because poor Frankie's being sent away again. And this time, not to a finishing school, but to a reform school with criminals.
I wonder what that would be like.
So that is the end of chapter 27. And now we move on to chapter 28, the last chapter.
So, in chapter 28, which is called News from the Nordlands, Henry Grimm dies. Just kidding. I just wanted to make sure you guys are paying attention. Actually, in chapter 28, Henry and Adam are prepared for the worst. They have their bags packed, in case they need to leave. They're waiting for a certain Viscount whoever, also known as the Strawberry-Nosed Man.
Hey, that was a good nickname.
Of course it was. They think they see him coming up the road. Within the hour, Lord Havelock is leading them off to their hearing.
Their second hearing. Toot.
And when the Viscount is confronted about what he found in the Nordlands, he had this to say.
And now, a short excerpt from the book.
Right, said the Viscount. The Nordlands. And then he broke into a fit of coughing. I found no evidence of combat training, the Viscount said with a shudder. He put a hand to his forehead, exposing a wrist chafed raw and encrusted with blood. What's this, Debeau? Asked Lord Ewing, seizing the Viscount's arm and pushing back his sleeve. These look like rope marks. Viscount Debeau shuddered again, his right eye twitching. What's going on here? Headmaster Winter asked with a frown. I found no evidence of combat training, Viscount Debeau repeated, tugging his sleeve down over his wrist. How about evidence of torture? Said Lord Ewing squeaked, revealing a matching raw band around the Viscount's other wrist.
Torture? Gasp.
What's this? Evidence of torture?
No, I'm fine.
Once the Viscount is gone, and having his wounds tended to. The rest of the board becomes curious as to the whereabouts of Sir Frederick. Headmaster Winter says, Sir Frederick has disappeared without explanation, no doubt to tend to some emergency. And finally, Henry and Adam reveal Sir Frederick's evil plot. Neener, neener, neener. It was me all along! Lord Havelock backs up their story, and in exchange, they don't tell the board about his part in the evil plot.
He was a secret accomplice to Sabotage!
The board decides not to expel Henry and Adam, and Henry and Adam even convince them to bring Rohan back.
Yes! My favorite is back!
And Frankie doesn't have to go to reform school. Things in the near future are looking pretty good. And as for the Nordlands, well, we'll have to wait for that nightly 2. End of book 1.
Well, see you next Thursday.
Bye.
Bye. Sabotage!